started the business with my business partner John Shim, and we started the business pretty much the end of 2012, beginning of 2013. John and I had a relationship that goes back about 10 years. We used to work together. He was my auditor and my audit partner in my previous life in an outdoor advertising business. Spoke to a number of potential shareholders and potential investors who were prepared to back both John and myself in terms of a new business venture, and on the back of that, pulled a business plan together, raised some money, kicked off Roadrunner Mobile Tyres, January of 2013.
Our business currently has about 15 people, based in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. We have about 7 vehicles on the road, again Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. We cover largely quite a broad area within the major capital cities. So for instance, Brisbane, it's about an hour's travelling distance from the CBD, north, south, east, west. So we do an end-to-end service that a tyre shop provides, but mobile. Provide that convenience to customers and by operating 7 days a week. You can imagine the cost of having a fixed site, a decent site you need to actually run a tyre business. We're actually running the business out of one van. So in terms of cost between a traditional tyre shop and a mobile, it's actually cost efficient for us. And that's why we can provide a cost-effective price to our customers. In most cases, we can pretty much match what some of the big tyre chains price their tyres at.
We went through a process once we had identified what we thought was a market opportunity. We then applied our, if you like, our corporate business planning background to the process of pulling together quite a comprehensive business plan, which looked at the industry, which looked at the potential risks, which looked at the operators in the space, and we then made some estimates from our perspective on how many vehicles, how many jobs each vehicle could do, the cost of getting those vehicles on the road, and we then were in a position to actually put that to a group of potential investors. When it came to then how do we start the business and how do we set it up, we looked at what we thought we were going to require in terms of initial staffing. We made a couple of kind of key hires, people that I effectively stole out of my previous employment. We didn't have anything in the office. The office was being built. So that was, we brought our own folding chairs on the first day. But we took it from there, and then we just basically just moved as quickly as we could. And John and I just basically divided the tasks up and off we went. In order for us to be a scalable business, and we originally set out to be a national business and we still want to be a national business, in order to be able to deliver a service 7 days a week, starting at 6 in the morning and finishing at 9 at night, Monday to Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, meant that you couldn't just rely on something written on the back of the beer coaster. We also had a range of sophisticated investors who required and who expected to have a level of financial reporting and an ability to kind of, I suppose, analyse and interrogate the business. So knowing that was the environment that we were going to be operating in, we knew very quickly that there was no way we were going to be running 14 vans in 5 states, 7 days a week on the back of a piece of paper. It just wasn't going to happen in such a way that we were going to be able to consistently deliver a great customer experience. And that is the driver for us. That's the outcome. But without a systematic approach to how you do it, you can't recruit the right people, you can't train the right people, you can't tell them what's important in the process, and then you don't deliver the service. There's no point having a system that doesn't talk to your key financial system. And having already decided that we were running with zero, the fact that the simPRO, SimTrack system basically worked or linked straight into zero was just another tick in the box from our perspective. We were looking very much at how do we understand what our guys are going through and what they're dealing with in the marketplace, and being on the road as we are in all these different markets. The need to be able to have our guys in communication with us was essential to what we were going to be dealing with. And I think kind of the way in which that system, the simPRO SimTrack system works, just gives us absolute clarity around how we can deliver great customer service. It allows our guys to do what they have to do, which is provide that service. It doesn't get in the way. It is a real benefit for them, and it allows us to manage resources and manage customer expectations.
When we were looking at our business model and what we required, the software was one of the most important things in terms of being able to deliver what we wanted to do. What we wanted to do was, one, the ability to track our vans, so we know exactly where they were. Two, that enabled us to tell the customer what time we were going to arrive. And three, to monitor how long each job was taking.
The more we learn about it, the better we get at using it, and the more information it gives us, and the better quality information it brings us. We've done we're just about to do 9,000, have done 9,000 jobs in not 2 years on the road. And when you get a customer who rings and who wants to talk to you about a job that we did for them 9 months ago, we're learning more and more about the fact that because we haven't put some notes in, it actually makes it difficult, because we don't want to have to go through the manual record process. We don't want to go chasing the paper. We want to be able to use the information on the system. And the guys see that as a benefit. So our pit crew actually see value in the system because they understand why it's being used. I use the expression when we recruit people that I'm not recruiting anyone who I wouldn't send to my mum's house. And that's the starting point. There are some pretty interesting characters who work in the world of tyres, and there's a reason why in a lot of tyre shops there's a very big brick wall between where the customer is and where the people who are doing the work are. The feedback we get unsolicited from customers, virtually in all instances, includes a reference to the name of the person, the name of the pit crew member who came to see them. It's a personal experience they have, but they have it with Roadrunner Mobile Tyres.